So let's have a look at the book on studying perspective. For me, this is my favorite book on perspective. I find it very useful, pragmatic, practical, and I think there is some exercise also. So if you want to learn perspective and you are scared because it's a little bit daunting and a little bit scary, if you are you hesitate to jump into this subject matter, and I did for a long while, but once you just take it from the good angle for you, then you can learn quite a lot quite quickly actually. So starting with a simple one point perspective, drawing just a room or a corridor or a street, something not too complicated, not with the many buildings, then you can slowly learn. So it shows first about the atmospherical perspective, which is just scaling things down. So for example, one character would be in the front, quite big, and then very small there. And then here we have the vanishing point. But for some pieces, you can just work with the atmospheric perspective, and it's quite a good start to get a feel to approach like a realistic look to your art. And then here's the one point perspective. So there is many details I won't go into. This I don't use too much, but yeah, I'm not that type of artist. So this is an example of one point. So you can do that in reality. I did that in my hometown, sitting on a bench looking at the street, and it was pretty alright. And also for perspective, you try to be correct and doing things well, but you also don't need to be too perfectionist. Just enjoy the process, have fun with it. So here we have some different examples. Also the eye level, you see from a little bit the top, flat angle. Here is a little bit kind of low. So you see we get different angles. This is straight on in face of the eye, and the eye is here, but the subject is on the left here. So we have a different way of proceeding depending on the angle we want. So this is the eye side. So this is the vanishing point. Here we are higher on some balcony walkway or something. Then there are different techniques like to keep the same proportions and so on. You can study that also, but start simple. Only when you need to do something, then you learn it. Before that, just enjoy, have fun, do some sketching. Don't worry too much about perfect proportions and a pattern, perspective or something. See, this one is very technical, but not too complicated. Still a 1 point. Then 2 points. So 1 point, second point. So we have this 1 point for this building, and this point for this building here, and for this area also the roof here, it goes to this point. So we see here the results. You see this surface goes this way, and here this way. Yeah, and somewhere here the horizon line. So this is usually like street corners where you have 2 different directions. Or here this is a table. Yeah, the table and the wall in the background. Here for the cars. So then your brain starts to know how to work with this and get more comfortable. Also, reducing objects to simple shapes is part of the perspective work. You see like a box and you work for the details later. You get the basic shape first and the perspective right, and then you go back on the sketch later to do the details. You see there's many examples, and for this I really like this book. There is many different subjects, and every time there is the art and the commentary with the technical directions. Street corners here, even for very different objects. I like this pencil works. 3 point. All right. So this is those little bit funky angles, like from the top or bottom, looking up or looking down. It adds another vanishing point. See, looking down from up and looking up from down. Very Spider-Man. Sometimes it's hard to put the vanishing point on the paper sometimes. If the artwork is a little bit big on the page, and sometimes the vanishing point doesn't fit. You have to find some tricks. You can fake it, have it a little bit on intuition, or you can put a paper on the bottom and do it properly. And digitally, I'm not exactly sure. There must be some tools also to work on that. See, so some basic shapes. Oh, this is a uphill street also, so there is, let's see how it goes here. So 1, 2, because we do as if there is no up street because the floor needs to be flat. Multi-point perspective. Yeah, there is one for this building, one for this building, and different also here for different buildings. Yeah, this is for if you start, don't worry about this too much. Also, you can pretty much fake a lot of this when you do some constricted cityscape. If there's just one building on a different perspective, sometimes you don't have to worry too much. I mean, learn and do it well, blah blah blah. But yeah, don't get too perfectionist and technical, you know. Get the main subject of the perspective you want to be correct, then you can fake some background buildings and people won't see it too much if they care about the story, the characters, or the mood, or what you want to focus on the art. So maybe I don't show you the whole book because we don't want to make it like a thief. I think this kind of book is better if we buy them, you know, to support the person who worked very hard to do it. So I'm just gonna go through really quickly. See, there's more example, and at the end there is some exercise. So some opening panels here you can work with. So you see there is some exercise with some grids, and now softwares also you can apply some perspective grid pretty easily in many softwares. So good luck with perspective. Please like if you enjoy the content and you are not subscribed, and please subscribe to the channel. There's more coming, and have a good day.